Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video with me, Elven Dragon. So last episode we did a little bit of work over here in the Redstone Pit, and went and put some leaves on our emerald tree finally, and built up a small little amethyst tree. And I'm quite liking how that's looking. The glowberry vines, as you can see, have grown quite a bit. May have to go put some string up there eventually to get those so that they don't go all the way down to the ground. But I am quite liking how they look, and they look really nice at night with all of the lights. But today, what I think we are going to do is we are going to head back to the end as soon as we go and harvest our bamboo farm here. So I'm just going to go and chop all this down, and then I will be back once we're ready to get into what we're going to be doing back on the end hub. Alright, so bamboo all harvested. We got quite a bit out of that. I did go and craft up about 12 stacks of scaffolding for use later, 2 of which I brought up here to go and pillar up to the towers, just so that we can actually start tearing more of these things down. And yeah, so far everything is going alright. But today's project is not going to be working on these towers. I still need to finish putting these ones up with the new pallet and tearing down most of them. Actually, is it about? Yeah, about half of them still. Anyway, what we're going to be working on today is we are going to be working on some of the stuff that we have marked out here. Namely, that purple circle over there. That is going to end up being a lighthouse for our little port here. Yeah, I know it should probably go closer to the actual port, but that was the easiest place where we could actually fit this thing in. So we've got this little island here, and I think this will go really nicely for a small little lighthouse. Now, I'm not quite sure what pattern I want to do for this, but I think we're going to use some deep slate bricks and some endstone bricks and just toss those together, see what we get. We are going to do kind of like the traditional lighthouse shape. I don't think we're going to do one of the box-shaped ones, but I think we'll just start with just a basic spiral here and see where that takes us. So I am going to go get this started. Should be pretty simple to do. It's just a basic 2-color spiral, and then I will be back. Definitely need to get a better way over here than just going up over the outer ring here. The other nice thing about this spot is this is actually outside the outer ring, and over there we would have had to take away from the actual port area. But I'm gonna go get this and figure out what we're doing for the path work here, because it looks like I marked out a bunch of stuff for some path work, and I don't think I'd necessarily want to do the same path work that I did for going to my house. So I've got that to figure out. Anyway, I'm gonna go build this up in a nice little spiral, and then I will be right back. All right, and there we go. We went around 4 complete circles for this. At least I think 4 complete circles. And I am quite happy how this turned out. I think it might only be 2.5, but details. Anyway, I think that this is probably going to be tall enough for the tower itself. Now all we need to do is just set up the beacon and the top of the tower. And what I'm thinking is, in the corners here, we can put some fences. Just going to use cherry because that's what we've been using. And then we have our lights. I want to use the redstone lamps here just because I think those will look nicest. And as much as I want to have these things light up and go around, we don't exactly have the space to do that. I don't even know if we can have the space to light all these up. We may have to get creative with how we hide these levers. I think we should be able to do it with 4, maybe. Oh well, we need more redstone lamps anyway. But what I'm thinking is that that will serve for our lamp. Then on top, have 2 blocks for that, and then we will just put on our roof of that. So we'll just stick a stair there, That way we can stick a stair off to the side there. So that will be the edge of the roof. Then just need to have this go around like that. We need a bit more cherry wood though, because we do want this to actually kind of stay together. So cherry logs up across here. I suppose we should probably actually use the stone, but this is the roof. So we use planks for now. Always change it later anyway. So those will go there. That needs to go the other way. And let's do slabs there on the side. Slabs on top here. And yes, we'll have to see how that looks. No, we won't really be able to see much of anything on the bottom. You know what? Let's do half this roof one way, half the other. So this half here will be done using all stairs, just so we have something to compare this to. Because I think that this might also work if I can get everything arranged correctly. So what we'll do for that option is we're basically just going to wrap these stairs around in a circle. And if I can get these to all go the right way, that, and then we can step those up. On this side, I do want this to be a little bit more of a steeper roof. So that goes there, then a block in the center. All right, make sure we have our rockets out because this side is facing the void. Let's see. I do not like that corner. So, looks like I'm going to need to go get a bunch more of our stairs. And I've got a bit of work to do. So, I'm going to go get the rest of this roof in. And then I will be back when we can actually start detailing some stuff in the middle here. So that I can also get enough redstone lamps to finish this thing as well. Alright, so the beacon is now lit, and I'm quite happy with how that turned out. It still looks a little off though, so what I'm thinking is we're going to put in a small little house here for the lighthouse keeper to live in, but we need to get a stairs in here somewhere. And I do have some stairs here as well, so we can put in little windows into this thing. I think it'll look kind of nice. But unfortunately, I don't actually have any birch on me right now, so we are going to have to go find some of that. And I think it's looking all right now. Definitely think we need the windows in there so that the entire thing will be a little bit better lit. And I think the pink roof is okay. Not quite sure. We're not really going to be able to see it very well from a lot of this area just because of how close that is to the outer ring. But I think it's okay. Not exactly certain. But let's go find that birch, play with it a little bit more, and we'll be right back. All right, so it's not necessarily the prettiest little thing, but we do have a house here in. Might extend the roof out one more block so we can actually add in a little bit more detail here, but it's just a small little thing. You do need to put in like a bed over here or something, and maybe we'll actually knock out this wall here because this is actually connected to the outside, so we can actually knock out some of that. It's just a little bit more space in here. Yeah, I think that's good. That way we can just go stick, say, our crafting table under the stairs. And maybe move the chest as well. Just so that, again, we have a little bit more room. Means we can do a little bit more decoration in here as well. And I think that will be quite nice. I think we're going to stick the furnace there. We'll stick a bed there. Maybe a pot or something in here. Just some nice little decorations. But as you can see, we do have our stairwell up. And we have the windows in, which I think will look quite nice. We can actually see out of these two, since these are just two stairs upside down. We don't have them on all the walls yet, just the front. And I think we'll probably go and mix some in on the other side as well. Probably actually on all four sides, but I think that the lighthouse itself is looking quite nice. Do you like that? I think we might need to put one more right there at the top just to kind of balance it out because it is kind of very weighted towards the bottom part for the windows anyway. But I like that. I think it turned out alright. And now all we need to do is just get a proper path in there. I was going to have two floating islands, but one of them kind of got absorbed by the lighthouse island when we added the house. And that one might get absorbed into just making it a bridge at some point. I haven't quite decided. I do like the kind of idea that this is just floating off on its own instead of just being a peninsula, but we will have to play around with that. For now, though, we do have to get a path in, and I've been playing around with something here. We've got endstone bricks, mossy stone, cracked stone, grass paths, sandstone, dirt, and we've even got some grass mixed in here too. I think that's just gonna add a nice little bit of detail. Probably should get some just spread around here too, but that is going to take quite a bit of grass. And yeah, this stuff is kind of difficult to get when you need large quantities. Pretty much ended up manually running the moss farm and using that to get all the grass. But basically what this is it's just a mix of all of these. I think we might do something similar for our main path down to the port. Except that I think we might use some deep slate, but I like how the mossy stone bricks here mix in, and I think the end stone bricks will look a lot better once we start having all of the moss and the coarse dirt on the side of this thing, which will make them stand out quite a bit more. So all we really need is we just need to go and dig out the path here. One branch of this is going to run down to the port, and I think somewhere about here-ish we'll go and start mixing that in with the more port road. But for now, I think what we're going to do is just stick with what we got here and figure out how we're going to do this corner. So basically what we need to do here is we just need to bring this out to the lighthouse. And I was actually looking at this a little bit. You know what? This is going to be a more side path here, so we can do this as a bit thinner. Gonna look a little weird for a bit, but this will just end up being a side path here. So it'll just wind through here. This will only be too wide, make it a little easier to mix in as well. And that will just go all the way to the lighthouse. Again, it'll just cross over these bridges. This needs to be a path block, and that'll bring us all the way to here. So I think that'll look quite nice. Just need to make sure we actually get this all the way in. And other than that, I'm quite happy with how this is turning out. And I was looking, and apparently this is actually marked out for a kind of little wooden path down to here, which this I guess will go down to like a little kind of secret beach area, I guess. It's part of the plan is we're going to have water out here, and I think it'll go up to about here. Either this block or this block will be underwater. Cannot remember. Definitely this block here will be underwater. I don't know if this one will be where the shoreline is or one block above, but I think that'll look quite nice once we finally get that in. And yeah, I am liking how that lighthouse is looking. And again, just need to go and get the rest of the pathwork in. But I think that that is probably going to be it for today. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more what is going on out here in this end hub and in the rest of this world. And I will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.